So
Okay.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay. So you may be wondering, why is it important to study anatomy? Well, first of all, it's just so fascinating because you'll be able to understand how everything's working together in your body and making you, enabling you to carry out your basic everyday things that you do. So being able to understand the function and structure of how things are working in your body are going to help you understand how to take care of your body. And when we talk about the diseases and give you a lot more information, you'll be able to learn how to avoid them and just stay healthy and take better care of yourself.
There's lots of potential applications and possible future careers that you can go into if you have a passion or interest in anatomy or healthcare. Some of them, obviously, you guys know that doctors, they're the biggest sort of field out there in healthcare and anatomy, but there's also health specialty teachers, medical imaging technicians. So these are people who do various sort of scans, as you can see in the first picture. Surgeons, physicians. You can go into nursing. You can also go into you can become a veterinarian, and they deal with animal anatomy, biomedical engineers, and there's so many more applications as well.
okay, so since this is the trial class, this was very short and we just introduced the class. So now we're just gonna play a Kahoot, and this is just for fun, and it's a trivia of actually the upcoming material. So again, it's totally understandable if you don't know any of this because we went way more into a depth, because this is for after you've learned the material. So we're just gonna play Kahoot now, and feel free to join. Okay, so the code should be popping up, and you guys can go to kahoot.it and enter the code and your first name, please. Also, can you guys hear the music?
No, I don't hear anything.
You don't hear the music?
No, I don't hear it.
Okay, I'm not sure how to do that, so we will play without the music.
It's fine, yeah. You can just play without it.
And instructors can play as well. Instructors, you guys can join as well.
Sorry, just give me a minute. I'm joining.
Okay, so I will start the game now. Solid. Good job. Yeah, we're gonna go through many more.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We went over this in the slideshow. We're going to teach you many systems and their diseases. So now we're getting a little more complicated. Good job. A little bit of chemistry in here. N is the highest climber. Nice.
Yeah, and these questions aren't just like, we don't expect you guys to already know them. We'll be going through a lot of these things as this class proceeds.
This is just a sneak peek of the first week's material. And it's totally okay if you guys don't know this. I didn't know this until I studied it either. Ancestry gets 6. Good job. Yeah, so you guys can see this is quite a bit of chemistry. So that's one of the topics we'll be covering, the chemistry of the body, because it's not just biology. There's a bunch of different sciences involved in your body. So we're halfway through. A little trick for me is that an anion has an N, it's for N for negative. So this is actually the first unit where we go over the levels of organization that are in your body, which is probably why there's a bunch of chemistry in the first couple of questions. But we do get into the systems and diseases after the first unit, after introducing how your body basically organizes itself. So now we're getting into the tissue level of organization. Good job, Yulia. So now we're getting into some of the terminology that is used in anatomy, and this is super important. And we do have a lesson on this, so. Yep. Last question. A little more anatomical than the previous questions. Okay, so in third place we have Cornelia, good job. Second is Ashvi, nice. Good job, Yulia. And Grace and Casey were the runners up. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing now. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask and unmute yourself or ask in the chat.
So also during this time, we're going to handle it over to Priyanka, and we're going to talk a little bit about like the units that you guys are going to be learning in specific. But we talked a lot about the applications of what you guys will be learning. So we're also going to mention like the overview of the units a little bit so you guys can see what you're in for, and mention some of the interesting topics that they will be teaching you guys. In addition, like Arushi said, that if you guys have any questions, you guys could always ask here in chat to any of us personally. Also in the Discord, that also works. And we could discuss some other things after Priyanka talks about the curriculum.
Okay, thanks, Sophie. Yeah, so I'll just be going over the units right now, some of the units that we'll be doing. And these are just the systems that we'll be learning because this is an anatomy class. So we'll be starting off with kind of basic knowledge. So like Arushi mentioned, a lot when we're looking at anatomy, it's a very bio-heavy subject. And so when we start approaching it, it's important to understand kind of some of the basics that involve chemistry. So you'll be looking at chemical organization of the body, and then a more cellular level organization of the body, as well as just We'll be looking at various tissues in the body, and we'll be understanding a lot of basic terminology that you associate with anatomy, because that's the basis for understanding and looking into the other systems. We'll then be delving into the skeletal system, and so you guys will get to look at the various bones of the body, the bones of the skull, the thorax, abdomen, the upper limbs and lower limbs, and it's just a very interesting chapter. And then after we kind of look at the skeletal system, we'll look at what kind of connects it all, which is the integumentary system, or basically the study of the skin. And so you guys will be looking at not just all the aspects of the integumentary system, but we'll also be looking into like diseases of the integumentary system, and so that's something that I think you'll find very interesting. Then we'll be looking into the muscular system, so once again just looking at all the different muscles in the body and how these just work together to help our bodies function. Then we'll be looking at the cardiovascular system, the study of the heart and kind of how our hearts function with our bodies to pump blood and to keep our bodies working. And we'll be looking at the lymphatic system, some diseases of the lymphatic system, and the various parts. And then finally, we'll be looking at the respiratory and urinary systems. And yeah, that's about it. We'll be looking at various diseases of these systems as well.
And we will be continuing the curriculum with more systems as the class proceeds. So we don't just stop there. We go into the immune system, reproductive, endocrine, all of that.
We'll be looking into more systems as well.
Oh, and the nervous system. I forgot, that's a favorite.
Someone asked in the chat, how long is this course? Right now we're planning for a minimum of 10 weeks. So from there it would be continuous. It's also a course that if you miss one part, it will be posted to an extent, but they are all connected. So we'll be mentioning things from prior videos and prior sessions. So it's good to attend as many as you can. Yeah, so other than that, I just wanted to go over some housekeeping things and just learn a little bit more about you guys and what the experience that you guys have. So has anybody taken any courses in school, or is anybody new? Like, you guys could either say it in chat or just say it out loud, like whatever you guys feel comfortable with. Has anyone had any experience with anatomy or whatnot? Other than the instructors. I mean, you guys could also say it too. How about you guys start, honestly? What your experience has been with anatomy or bio, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, so I can start. I'm a junior in high school, so I have taken AP Bio as a freshman. And I did take several, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. I don't know if it's like a California only thing, but like we have something called PLTW at our school. So through that, I did take some anatomy and physiology courses. I've also taken several online courses through Harvard, edX, and Johns Hopkins. So that's just kind of my experience with anatomy so far. And I look forward to teaching you guys and helping you guys understand more about this amazing field.
Yeah, so I guess I can go next. So I'm not quite as advanced in my school, but I have taken bio and the human anatomy course from University of Michigan, which goes super into depth about all of these systems. And in my free time, honestly, I just like researching this kind of stuff because I think anatomy is way more interesting to me than like cellular biology, to be honest. So it's kind of where I focus my time on in the science aspect.
For me, like at my school, they don't have AP Bio as a freshman, so I just have regular bio. And then outside of school, last summer I took an EMT course, and that had a lot about anatomy in it. And I've also taken AP Psychology, which has like a couple units on the nervous system, like your eyes and ears. And I'm like Arushi, like I like to research a lot on my own because I think it's super interesting.
Yeah, so I also took biology as a freshman, and I'm currently taking chemistry, which, as we mentioned, like chemistry is also like fundamental to anatomy. And then I also took a course on edX by Harvard. It was like a nervous system course, and in my free time, I also like to research anatomy.
So I've self-studied AP Biology, and I'm currently doing chemistry as well. And I've also taken a few Johns Hopkins courses online. And other than that, I enjoy researching and doing competitions related to biology and anatomy as well.
So if the participants could explain like why you're interested in anatomy or if you have any previous experience, that'd be super cool because I mean, like you picked anatomy, we want to know what makes it so interesting to you.
We want to just get to know about why you guys are interested. And you don't have to unmute, you can also just type it in the chat.
While people are doing that, I just want to mention, oh, someone's saying something. Where will this record? We'll be posting it in the Discord for everybody, and we could also like email it to people. So regardless, you'll get it. Don't worry. But yeah. All right. Bye. Thank you for the person that's leaving.
Make sure you fill out the Google form.
The form. Yeah.
Yeah, fill out the post-class survey, please.
We'll also send that in the Discord as well if people don't catch that link or can't press it.
Here's the link one more time for anybody who doesn't have it.
In addition, while people are answering the question about the experience that you have or why you are interested, or say like a field that you're interested in, so that's why you're taking this course, we were wondering if anybody like was comfortable doing like one-on-one classes, like if you have problems with like homework. We also do provide one-on-one, so just to mention that. And also if you go onto the form, it says like stuff about that as well. Also preferring 30-minute sessions a week, or 2 of them, or 1-hour sessions, just 1 of them a week. So as you guys fill that out, like that's also important. I'm just going to go over some of the form. So also, okay, a big part of it is when we do give you guys like practice to get, problems and whatnot, and like homework, you guys, it's based off of what you guys are comfortable with, and their class will reflect what you guys want to do. So if you guys want to more go over like the problems you get or something like that, then we could go over that for like more of the time, or like a little less of the time, or like incorporate that into the day. It's very flexible, and it will be for each unit because each unit has their own difficulty level. So it really depends on how much you guys, how well you guys are doing with the topics, and from there we'll decide where we want to break up the time. Also, it also goes over the times that you guys are available, so it would help us plan it around. If this time's good for you, also put that in. We were talking about between the instructors, you guys said what day Saturday? Like if just put that out there if they were.
Yeah, we said 10 a.m. time. But let us know. Yeah, the post-class survey has it has slots for both your availability on Saturday and Sunday. Also, one more thing I wanted to mention, kind of in regards to what Sophie said, was I'm aware that STEMEY obviously does have live classes for other subjects. Anatomy isn't one of those traditional classes that a lot of schools offer. I'm aware of this, so I know that maybe compared to like physics or chem or the math classes, you guys might not necessarily be needing homework help, but that doesn't mean we can still do lots of one-on-one work with you guys even if you're just simply interested in learning more about anatomy. Like a lot of the instructors, we do our own research, and if you guys, that's something you'd be interested in, we can help you with that on a one-on-one basis as well.
Oh, that's cool. Someone put in their experiences, self-study. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. Is anyone interested in like a med field or a something related to STEM for their career? Or is anyone like looking, they're like interested in STEM but like not sure what they want to do yet? So hopefully this will clarify if you want to do something with anatomy including in it. So that would be good if you guys could say that as well. We really just want to make you guys comfortable, so if you're more comfortable speaking or putting it in chat, like that's all up to you guys. We do want to get to know like each of you guys as well, so that's good because it is a smaller portion class, so it's good to get to know the instructors and them to get to know you, especially on one-on-one tutoring if you're planning on doing that, for like just to get to know stuff, or like if you want we could provide you like homework to an extent.
Oh, that's cool. You do Science Olympiad. Anatomy, that's really nice.
Oh, sorry, I'm like unmuting, but my experience with anatomy, I took AP Bio last year, and now I'm just a tutor for it. But I've also done like workshops on dissection and like learning about different organs. And then my mom's working on like her PhD for pathophysiology, so I also study that with anatomy. So yeah, that's like my experience.
Really cool. Thanks for sharing, Casey.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, well, Pollock mentioned in the chat that she likes genetics a lot. So yeah, we'll definitely be talking about several, diseases that are, genetic based and like the genetics behind those. So yeah. I think like anatomy is there's like so many other smaller, I guess, subfields that go into it, like genetics. And it's such a like it's such a broad field that has so many smaller aspects to it. So yeah. If anybody else wants to share in the chat or unmute.
Oh, Verna, what kind of research projects have you done on biology?
I think I've done some on the brain and some digestive systems last year.
Oh, like what did you research in the brain? Like in a lab or just like Googling fun facts? Interesting.
We had like a free project last year where we could basically work with a partner and research random stuff. So yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I just wanted to put out there, we do have another biology course. It's molecular bio, which is shortly after this one as well. So if we need to put the link in here, we could. If you're interested and you're not in that Discord, if you're not in the Discord channel for it, we could also send it here if someone has it. I think Yulia might be able to send her, or Catherine. But yeah, because someone mentioned molecular. Yeah, so everything in the, like everyone was saying, everything is connected. And obviously, like we do have anatomy, we do have molecular, but at the end of the day, everything is connected in a sort of fashion because it's the human body. And that's like what biology is focused on in general and the world around us. So here we go. Yeah, someone put in the Discord. Okay, did someone want to answer that? Someone asked, does anyone here know how to get involved with research projects? Does anyone have experience?
I personally haven't done a lot of research projects, but I do know that some ways you can get involved is maybe, I don't know what grade you're a public. I think you mentioned you're in 8th grade. I know that maybe once you're in high school, you can maybe reach out to professors near you. You said you live in Boston, so maybe professors at BU or other schools near you. As an 8th grader, definitely, I think you can just start by doing a lot of maybe independent research at home to kind of get to know, find something very specific in anatomy or whatever field you're interested in, and really delve into that topic. If any of the other instructors want to answer.
Like Priyanka said, it all starts with self-research. Like you have to give yourself that basic level of understanding before you get into something super like a legit research project from offered by like a university or something. Like you have to have a basic understanding. And honestly, I feel like this class, if you're going to go into like a research project on dissections or something, like this class is a great start to that.
Yeah, for sure. If you're reaching out to a professor, eventually they want to just see that their research. So yeah, just maybe start off with your own research. You're just an 8th grader, so you have a lot of time. That's definitely a huge advantage for you. So you can, start off with like your own research.
Google is your best friend.
Yeah. Yeah, Catherine is the molecular bio lead, so I think she posted, or Yulia posted actually in the chat. So for those of you interested in the molecular bio meeting at 3, that link is in the chat.
In addition though, Does anybody have any questions about the course in general or concerns about the form or anything that we covered today? Any questions at all? We will answer them. Are juniors allowed to take it? The molecular bio course or the research that you guys were talking about? Just like researching. I think you meant the molecular bio. Everyone's allowed to.
Yeah, everyone, all grades are welcome.
Especially encouraged. It's good that, especially like Priyanka was saying before, and for this anatomy course, yeah, it's open to all ages. Say someone didn't really focus on science when they were in like lower grades, like it's always a good time to focus on it if you're interested in it and might as well try it out. Also, like Priyanka was saying, oh wait, someone said it only goes up to 10th on the Google form.
Oh yeah, it does only go up to 10th. I apologize for that. Yeah, you can just I will fix that actually. Let me see if I can resend that. Yeah, sorry about that. That's an error on my part. I'll fix that.
Yeah. So like Priyanka was saying before, what was I going to say? Oh, so anatomy, this course is especially great to take because schools like AP Bio, they cut out after the year that I took it, they cut out anatomy and plants for an extent of it. So like a huge portion of it. So it's great to have this as a course going into like eventually when you guys go into college and you do take AP Bio if you haven't already. It's great to have as a baseline, especially because you can connect it to other portions of biology. And especially with the real world, and if you work in a medical field, this is especially important to take. So it's great to have. Also, if you always have friends that want to join or people that are interested, you could always let us know. We could give them the Discord link and keep them updated as well. And then you could always just give them that and they could join with us too. Does anybody have any questions about that? Thank you for bringing that up. Oh, okay. I thought someone said something else. Thank you, Casey, for bringing that up. We really appreciate it.
Sorry about the error with the form, Casey. Just give me a second. I'm getting that out.
No. Something that I've done here, I'm just going to share a personal thing. So I am big into journaling. So like one of the things that I did, I made a notebook and I was just looking up like random things. This kind of relates to anatomy. So like I was looking up, oh, like what's the science behind like hiccuping? And then like I'll like look into that. So like if someone's like trying to get into research and you just want to know like daily actions that relate to the body systems and whatnot, that's a good way to get started. Just get a regular like notebook and just like start there, and from there you'll learn so much, and then you'll be able to get interested in like sub fields and whatnot. So I thought that was interesting to share because someone asked like how do I get really started. So writing writing and reading, that's what I would say. Does anyone want to share how they got interested in anatomy? All right, I think we're almost good, but Priyanka is going to send that again.
Yeah.
Sorry, also, I got interested when I learned about homeostasis. That's cool. Yeah, I agree. Very interesting. I like your little icons that you've been putting. The little I don't even know what to call them, like emoji. Like it's like, oh, this is my shiver.
Yeah, and we like when we learned about homeostasis, we learned about childbirth.
Yeah, that's pretty true. I really miss bio. We took it like 2 years ago. Yes, positive feedback. There we go. The contractions, yes. Exactly, Casey, exactly. Thank you for contributing to conversation. I was thinking the same exact thing when you said childbirth.
Okay, I just updated the form and I sent that out in chat. So
you should be, if you're a junior or senior now, you should be able to find those options.
And then we'll send that in the Discord as well. If someone wants to put that in, if Priyanka, you want to send that in and explain it in the Discord later, that would be great. Other than that, does anyone have, we're nearing the end of the time anyways, does anyone have any last questions, concerns, comments that they want to make? If you want to share anything about yourself, go for it. We're all here, and yeah, if nobody has anything else, we could just end soon. And then the instructors can hang on for a couple minutes after.
Oh, there's, so Verna asked me, but I'll just answer for everybody because, you know, I guess this is a pretty good question. Is there like a grade or age minimum for research courses? Thanks for the question, first of all. Second of all, for research courses, as far as I know, yes, there usually is, and that's only because if you're at least looking to do some sort of more professional research with like maybe a university professor, they do prefer, I think, you know, for students to be 16 or older, simply because of liabilities that can happen potentially. And to be quite honest, usually they don't even, you know, the biggest priority for research usually is, you know, 18 or older. So usually, you know, you need to be an undergrad student, but definitely that does not mean that you can't do it as a high school student. Unfortunately, I don't think middle school students are able to. Yeah.
But like you can always get involved on your own. Like I know where I live, there's the Tech Challenge, which is like sponsored by a museum, and it's like not a super in-depth research thing, but like it's a way to get yourself started into research. So like they give you a problem and you and a team like design something that will solve that problem. So like where I live, like the Tech Challenge is a big thing, honestly, and they're probably way more around the country, like wherever you live. These kinds of things are pretty accessible, and I know the Tech Challenge is like, I think you can start in elementary school even. So it's something you can do no matter how old you are, and you can do it individually or with a team. So definitely look in your area, just to like dip your feet if you're not going into like a super professional university kind of setting.
Yeah, and yeah, lots of there's a lot, not necessarily just research based, but there's like lots of competitive opportunities. Like this isn't like, you know, I'm assuming everyone here is like has some sort of interest in like the medical / healthcare field. If you are interested, there's a competition actually. And I don't know if they offer this for middle school students, but it's called HOSA, and it's like a medical competition. So it's like Science Olympiad, but like for the medical field. So if that interests you, you know, lots of opportunities like that. And if you guys would be interested, we can discuss some of those, you know, later on too.
Before we end, because we are nearing the end, I just wanted to say that STEMtober is also happening right now. Although I think the next events are going to be physics-based, we do have other ones that are posted. I'm pretty sure they're posted now, but we definitely have them recorded. I interviewed the biomedical engineering professor from Johns Hopkins, so that was very cool to interview her. So if you guys want to check that out also, that's great. And yeah, other than that, I think everybody could sign off. Like I said, instructors could hold back for a second. And yeah, thank you guys for coming. Does anyone have any last things they want to say? Like any instructors or?
Make sure you guys fill out that post-class form. It gives us an idea of how you guys enjoyed the class and stuff.
Thank you for attending the trial class. I hope to see you again once we figure out the final dates and everything for our classes. But yeah, I'm really excited to teaching you guys anatomy along with the other instructors and seeing you guys again.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye, thanks for joining.
You're welcome. Thank you guys. There's still a couple people.
I have to go to molecular biology.
Yeah,
now.
I was gonna say, yeah, you could go off. I just wanted to say a couple things, but you can go off. I'll just update you when I get there. Wiley, can you hear us? Do you have any questions that you wanted to ask before?
Riley,
Hello.
are you able to?
Yeah, maybe just hopefully they're okay.
Should I just
Yeah, you could remove them by now. It's about time. Anyways.
Okay.
Okay, so all I want to say, sorry for spieling, but like we had like extra time, so like I didn't know if anyone was gonna say anything, so I kind of just spoke a lot.